Hello, everybody. Do you ever have one of those moments where you're about to get all set up, and then something goes wrong, and you have that moment of panic, and you kind of shit a brick? Because I was getting everything set up. I had, the stream on the... Mic needs turning up a bit. Thank you. Yeah, so I mentioned in the chat just now that pay attention to my volumes because I'm working with a little bit of a new setup. And I don't really have a way to check my volumes. With OBS, it mutes my previews, so I can only see myself, I can't hear myself. So anyway, what I was saying was getting started. I had everything hooked up. I turned the game on, and my Elgato decided not to turn on correctly, and it wasn't displaying the image, and I flipped out for a second. No idea what was going on. But we're good. I think we're good. So we're gonna get back into Octopath Traveler. It's been a bit since we last played. So if you guys remember, we started with Primrose the Dancer, and then we picked up Ulberek the Warrior. And as I named this stream, we're gonna move on to getting Tressa, who is by far the best girl. She's my absolute favorite. She's adorable. So we're gonna make our way north to Tressa. K-West, is that volume better, by the way? Let's see what side mission we have here first. Came to this village a certain for my Lori, but I'm told she's already left. Alright, so we have to find someone. There's a lot of really small side missions in this game. They're all... most of them are fetch quests, or run into someone in a different town and come back. Maybe turn Octopath down a little. Can do. Can do. Let's move it down to... there we go. That should be a decent bit quieter. Let me know if that sounds better than overall too. Because I was watching the archive of my stream from last time, and you could hear me okay, and you could hear Octopath okay, but we were kind of competing for who was loudest.
Oh, hello.
I'm a historian seeking traces of the legendary King Beowulf the Great. I'm sure you've heard tell of him. Why, it was none other than he who founded the Kingdom of Hornburg. Some colleagues, who shall remain nameless for their sake, mock my work. King Beowulf is just a myth, they laugh. But I say no. I know that they are wrong. That's why I'm here, you see. Discover the great king's monument and prove that he did once walk this earth. Perhaps you could help me. If you could happen to come across some ancient plinth or carved granite or other stony erection, pray tell me at once. So I'm going to do a lot of reading for everybody. I hope you like the sound of my voice, because there'll be a lot of it.
Right.
A friend came back from a long sea journey and brought back a bag of curious seeds. 'Twould be a shame not to plant them, so I'm thinking of clearing a land and making a new field. But you need manure to prepare forest soil. Would you mind fetching me some? Okay, so we got to find manure. We have to find that one guy's girl Lori, and we have to find evidence of a King Beowulf. But I think that all is going to happen once we save Tressa, because Tressa is more important. We're gonna upgrade our items here first, because Ulberek could use a better sword. Give him a spear too, so that he will take everything out right quick. It feels good to get back to this. I haven't been on Octopath in a long time, and I really need to give it more time than it does than I do, because it deserves more time than I give it. All right, that should be good. Let's move on. So, how was everyone's Christmas? Mine, or I guess holiday, to be more generalized. I was myself really busy, as I've mentioned before through various social medias. I am going to school right now to get my master's degree in psychology, and then I hope to work on
It's a good day for battle.
a PhD program.
I am ready.
But my master's program is across the country from where I live normally. So I take about a 4-hour plane ride back and forth when I go home.
No.
So I was back home most of December, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't do a stream for a long time because I had systems back at school. But it was a good break. It was really, really busy. I was doing a lot of things with a lot of people. I had like this really funny impromptu high school reunion. I live in a college town, so there's a lot of bars.
Bring your shade.
When college isn't in session, the bars are usually taken over by us, the townies, the people from there. And so one night I got messaged by a friend of mine from high school that I hadn't seen in a while. He's like, hey, we're all hitting this one bar up. Do you want to join? And I was like, oh yeah, cool, because I hadn't seen many of them for a long time. And we got there, and I was seeing people from all 4 years that I was in high school, like not even my graduating class, but like seniors when I was a freshman, freshmen when I was a senior, alumni that had graduated before me. It was really weird going to a bar and it being kind of as packed as you would expect during a semester, but packed with only people you recognize. Kind of like don't want to get super plastered because you know someone is going to tell somebody that you were making a fool out of yourself.
Let us fight with honor.
I played a lot of pool and I was really bad at it.
I'm ready.
I don't play pool well when I'm drunk, believe it or not. Alright, so we are just making our way across the continent right now to finish picking up the rest of our travelers.
Victory shall be. The battle is truly joy.
I
am ready.
Really been meaning, I said already, that to get back to playing this because I am like 60 hours in the story myself.
I am ready.
And I don't play well when I'm sober. What kind of drunk are you, K West? Are you the angry, aggressive drunk? I'm the take my personality, the kind of jovial, energetic, and turn it up to about 15, I'd say. And that's where I am when I'm drunk. I'm very, very animated and very loud. And Mystic, if you're anything like, I don't drink so I wouldn't know. Well, there is nothing wrong with choosing not to drink. Ooh, I missed that treasure chest. We're gonna go back and get that treasure chest. Drinking causes a lot of problems. There was one time when I was back at home, I went out and got way too drunk. And I got home, and it was late.
Nighthode, bring your
and I got really sick, and I ended up falling asleep on the bathroom floor. It was one of those, I got sick, I laid down, and the next thing I knew was a couple hours later. But that next day, my bedroom is down in the basement at my house at home. So I come upstairs. It's probably past noon, early afternoon. I walk up, you know, ugly and hungover, and my mom is just sitting at the island in the kitchen. So, do you have a drinking problem? Is there something we need to discuss? It's like, no, don't worry. I got drunk one time. It's not always like this. But now, whenever she sees me drink, like, more than 2 beverages, she'll give me that side-eye look. Like she's watching, and just making sure that I'm not developing a problem. Don't know why she doesn't trust me. I haven't died yet. I'm doing okay. Oh good, Mystic. I'm glad I'm not alone on that. Awkward conversations with your parents about your drinking is always fun. What is even funnier about it is the last couple years, my dad has gotten kind of on a health kick. Danger level 15. Yeah, we're not strong enough. remember that cave, everybody. We're gonna get back to that place later. But yeah, my dad is he's been on this health kick, and part of it is just been drinking a lot less, because you know, beer, extra calories, yada yada yada. So now my mother actually like uses me as an excuse to drink. So we'll all go out like for a family dinner, and you know, I'll be looking at the menu, and she'll kind of like lean over or like catch eyes across the table and be like, "Hey, are you ordering anything to drink?" And I'm like, "I don't know, Mom. I was thinking about it, but maybe not. I don't need a drink every single time we go out. And you can drink without me. It's okay. You're allowed to."
I am ready.
She doesn't like to drink alone.
The battle is truly joined.
Also,
The thrill of
I like jumping from one stream of thought to another. Hello! I have a webcam now. I bought it over break, so now you can see my face as it breaks out. Can't seem to stop acne from happening, even though I'm in my mid-20s. K-West, your friends do realize if you can't drive, making you the DD doesn't work, right? Just, you know, I don't know how you guys do things, but there's some logic that I'm missing here.
How about you?
Now I can stare you guys down when I talk about your comments. But fun fact about my webcam and
Out
my
of my way!
lovely mug, I always happen to break out the week before a convention. I assume most of you know I'm a cosplayer. Most of you know me through that. And I do have a convention I'm going to next week. It's actually back in my hometown, so I will be, flying across the country at the end of next week.
I am ready.
But on cue, my face started breaking out like yesterday.
I am ready.
Always does. Never fails. Good week before the convention. It's like, hey,
The show is
hey, acne, that's fun, right? Let's do that again. And I can never stop it. I try really hard. I even prep. Mystic, I like your dad's thinking. I missed your comment earlier when we were on that comment. I might try to hint to my dad about that too. Like, hey, you don't have to have beer. And I guess, K-West, it is a sign of you guys being proactive for being ahead way too early. I won't ask if you guys are drinking illegally. What is the drinking age in England anyway? Is it? It's not 21 like the US, is it? It's younger, isn't it? I think it is.
Let us fight
Maybe.
with honor.
Shows what I know.
The battle is truly joined.
It's so old here.
Out of my way!
You're not even sure yourself, it sounds like.
I am ready.
I had a really, poignant conversation with my little sister about
The
that
show is
recently. She's a freshman in college. She's 18, and if it's anything like NZ, it's 18. Well, you both are lucky, maybe. She's a freshman in college, my little sister, and she has been apparently partying a bunch. I have gotten calls from my mom who is worried about the amount of partying she's doing, and
Now then,
because it is, it's illegal until you're 21 in the US, like, and they're pretty pretty on top of that for the most part, because it's such a taboo here. So I was talking with her about it because it's one of those, like,
Bring your
she's in
shade.
college now. I get that she's gonna drink,
I am ready.
and you can drink safely, and that's kind of what I've been trying to talk to her about. Just don't go excessive or anything. But she and I were talking about it, and I asked her, you know, do you think there will be ever a time where the U.S. drops how old you have to be to drink? Because 21 is pretty old. And she had a really salient comment about it's kind of this chicken or egg debate, which came first. Because I don't know how well you non-Americans know about our history, but we went through a time in the early 1900s where alcohol was outlawed in the U.S. and it was called the Prohibition era. And the age and other restrictions to alcohol kind of stem from that time period. But because of that, that's why we have this drinking culture that we kind of have, that you see, you know, in movies and mass media and everything, where it's like,
I am ready.
Greth, if you want Fortnite, I'll play Fortnite some night. I'm really bad at it. I played it like twice. We can do a Fortnite night. But anyway, to get back to my story, the image we have of drinking in our popular culture now is, you know, that party lifestyle, getting super drunk, clubs, yada yada yada. To the point that I think that married with how old you have to be to drink in the US causes a lot of problems, because these kids wait and they wait and they wait and they wait until they're finally 21, and then they just go nuts. And you know, I did it a little bit too, and it was the worst. Getting super sick's the worst. So we were talking about that, and she mentioned that she could see it dropping at some point, but it's going to take a really long time because we have to kind of start to work on introducing alcohol into the lives of Americans earlier on, kind of like what you were saying,
I am ready.
Kay West, about being able to order drinks with meals at a younger age. I know a lot of countries do that. I know Italy's that way. I visited Italy when I was going into high school, and I was able to drink with dinner, and stuff like that. And I think that really helps teach people that, you know, drinking isn't this activity that needs to be done in excess. You can do it casually and have fun. That's a long story that I just had with my sister.
The thrill of the fight.
Oh god, I have 4 Fortniters in my chat now. Well, 1 Fortniter and 3 that will just bounce off of him. So yeah, Mystic and the parental permission. Again, like, it's a good way of, like, having your parents kind of teach you about drinking and what it is before you go off on your own and you just go nuts. But anyway, enough talking about alcohol, because we have made it to the coastlands. Almost.
Let us fight with honor.
I am ready.
We still have someday soon, in another stream or two, I'm gonna have to show you all the setup I have going right now. When I streamed a couple weeks ago, I was using my laptop because I was playing my Switch in my living room. Yeah, Bjornsfeld. I think that's the biggest problem. Sorry, I keep looking back at chat. I need to work on figuring out how to best check chat and continue talking. I appreciate you guys, you know, giving me stuff to chat with you guys about, though. And it'll help me get better at it as I stream more. So yeah, we were streaming, you know, a couple weeks ago. I was in my living room, because that's where all my consoles are. And I was using my laptop to upload. But my laptop is, you know, it's not awful, but it's not the strongest, you know, computer ever.
I am ready.
And I don't know if anyone looked at the resolution I was uploading in, but it was 561p, because that's all my computer could handle, which is a really weird resolution. So I have since moved to my bedroom. I have a smaller TV just sitting on the floor in my bedroom right now, and I have my Switch currently connected to it. And I'm using... Right, K-West? 561? I don't know. But I'm using my desktop PC right now, which is obviously a lot more powerful. And I think it should be, hopefully, streaming at a full 760, 60 frames a second, because that's all the Switch outputs in anyway. But anyway, we made it to Riverside, or Rippletide. Rippletide isn't the largest port in the realm, but it sure is lively. I think this is Tressa's house. It is.
Hey there.
Welcome, one and all, to the... Oh, God. Calzion family provisioners? I hope I didn't butcher her name. If we don't have it, no one does. What do you have? You have 4 healing items. 3 healing items. That I won't be buying.
Hello.
Welcome. If there's something you're looking for, just say the word. Well, you only have the... Ulbrich is hot AF. Like this deep manly man. He is though, Graf. You're not wrong. I think we can we... Look at him. He's rugged. He could also probably punch through a wall, which is fine. All the characters in this game are very attractive in one way or another. Let's be honest. Except for Tressa, because she's just cute as a button. Okay, I don't have anyone with a bow yet. I don't have anyone with a staff yet. Shield, you both have that one on. And... Okay, we're okay with weapons right now. We need to sleep and recover people's MP. So, what's this guy doing back here? Cool. Nice talk. Alright, we'll use the inn real quick. And, this isn't the inn, this is the bar. We'll come back in a second. There's a treasure chest here. More healing items. There we go. Don't loot the merchant. No, you protect the merchant. Big protect. And Jurnsfeld, Ulbrich does have that big daddy energy. Honestly, this is something I've discussed with people, is the interpersonal party reaction or actions in this game are unfortunately a little limited. There's a couple cutscenes where they talk to each other,
Hello.
but it isn't too deep and it could be better, and that's like the biggest critique we have. But because of that, a lot of the fandom does really cute content outside of the game. And Ulbrich is always a daddy, and it's adorable. So, speaking of my favorite girl, those stinking pirates, I can't forgive them for this. I'm getting everybody's things back, no matter what it takes. We're gonna help Tressa. Her name is Tressa, and she is a merchant. A tiny port town in the coastlands is the only home she's ever known. Here, in Rippletide, she cuts deals and stocks shelves, doing all she can to help keep her family's shop afloat. And from the quays she's walked 1,000 times, she looks out upon the endless sea and dreams of a wider world. When she's robbed by a band of thieving pirates one day, her pride as a merchant won't allow her to back down. And so she vows to set off for the pirate's den. She will need daring allies on the path that she has chosen. The path is really sweet, though. It's not that, like, dangerous. Okay, we're taking Tressa. Let's go. Here's the beginning of Tressa's tale. Kill for her. Yes, kill for her so she doesn't have to kill herself, because she doesn't have to be doing any killing. The world is brimming with treasures, and now that I'm searching for, and I know that what I'm searching for is waiting for me out there, somewhere. So I'll set sail for the horizon, and the great big world that lies beyond. She's so earnest, I love her. Oh, hit my mic. Alright, I'll let her do the talking now.
Well, the shop ain't gonna stock itself.
So, I mentioned in the last time I streamed that I play the game in Japanese, because I like kind of some of the characters' personalities in Japanese better.
Morning, Ma. Morning, Pa.
So I might do one session where I flip the language just so people can hear the difference. Tressa's good.
Morning,
She does a good
Tressa. Looks like our #1 employee is ready for another day of work.
And that's Travis Willingham. and he's a good boy too.
Sure am. And I'll start by stocking up the store.
Urinsfeld, it's funny you say that because again, going back to the people online, one of the Octopath artists that I follow writes a lot of comics about Tressa just like searching dead bodies they find on the road, and even like Thurian the thief is like grossed out by her, and she's just sitting there like digging into someone's rib cage with a big smile on her face and like finds $200.
Little lady.
It's okay.
Tell me, what are the 3 things a merchant needs most?
They need to be smiley, mannerly, and early. Thought you had me, didn't you?
You're too clever for me, Tressa.
Oh, I cut him
Leave
off.
it to me, Pa.
I'm sorry, Travis.
Be careful out there, Tressa.
So that's one of the reasons I play in Japanese, is some of the English accents that they do are a little hokey.
Oh, those pirates have been causing trouble around the tavern lately.
Like that one.
If you see them, you make sure to keep a wide berth, you hear?
Like, she does fine, it's just... It's so silly sounding.
Got it, Ma. Be back in 2 ripples of the tide.
Honestly though, K West, I live in a big city right now for school, so I wouldn't be surprised
There
if
she
it happened
goes.
pretty often for me too.
She reminds me of myself when I was that age.
My apartment complex is right next to a medical center, so I hear ambulances go by like all night.
Always running off somewhere, wanting to prove myself a full-fledged merchant.
Don't flatter yourself, dear. Our Tressa is something special.
See? Yeah, a cat that programs, it's just so silly sounding. And Greth, that's definitely, I think, more Minnesota than Canadian. I have, one of my classmates is from Minnesota, and she very much sounds a little like that. We ask her to say specific words because sometimes she just sounds really funny. Like big. She makes the middle syllable really, really long. Okay, so let's go to a green marker. Oh, wait, let me show you guys Tressa because she's adorable. Look at her! She's so cute! She's so ready to sell you stuff for probably more than it's worth, but that's because she's a good merchant and knows how to do her job. What do you have equipped, Tressa? You have a regular spear, and oh, you do have a bow. I could have bought a new bow. We'll remember that for later. Right now you're by yourself, so you should be fine with your starting equipment.
Oh,
Well, if it ain't the hardest working merchant in town. And I started to do that accent a little bit. You ever see that video of Germans trying to say squirrel? I haven't, Urinsfeld, but you may have to send that to me later. Send it to our group chat. I want to see it. Mystic, isn't she the cutest, though? And Greth, it's always reasonable prices. Besides, are you going to argue with Tressa? She's going to win. We both know the early bird gets the worm, or in our case, the fish. She's so cute. You're darn right it does. Well, here's the catch of the morning. What do we get? Blue marlin, I see. A big one, too, with lots of good meat on its bones.
I can give you this much.
Yeah, Minnesota. Here in spell. Okay, Wes, what's the accent from Newcastle kind of sound like? Because I obviously don't know. I only know American accents pretty well.
Huh?
It's worth a little more than that. This one's a whopper. I guess I'll just have to take my business elsewhere then. See, look at her haggle already. Your hook snagged its innards. I was willing to overlook the damage, but... See?
Alright.
Fine. You got yourself a deal, Missy.
Pleasure doing business with you.
not bad.
You drive a hard bargain. You're born natural at negotiating. I was wrong to underestimate ye. You got that right. I promise to also work on my voice acting so we can get fun voices later. I may not look like much, but I can haggle with the best of them. I learned my lesson. Well, don't be a stranger.
Yeah!
There's a lot more O's than there should be in Motivate.
All right!
Oh god, an email. Is it an important email? Ah, Tron TTV is now following me on Twitch. I wish you would notify me, like, in another way besides just Gmail. I need to figure out Twitch a little bit better. Alright, so Tressa is path action. So for those of you, if you weren't here last time or just don't know Octopath, each of the 8 characters has a special action of theirs that they can use with NPCs in the game, and Tressa's is haggling. So that's what it's teaching us how to do, is haggling. It's purchase. It's haggling. So I have to go buy an item, but I save all the time, whenever I can. Please ignore my 52-hour main series play up above. Alright, so this is how Tressa interacts with people and buy items. There are a lot of little side missions where NPCs will be carrying an item that another NPC needs. So you can buy them off with Tressa, or when we get Therian, you can just steal it. It's a lot better just to steal it, honestly. As much as I love Tressa, I don't use her ability too much. Unless it's an item, like, excuse me, that's super powerful, like a super powerful weapon or something.
Another deal.
Because Therian's chances of succeeding on a steal for that is usually super low or even just 0%. So buying ends up being better anyway.
The deal's so good, it was practically a steal. This ought to liven up our little shop.
I recognize her voice actress. I don't know from what, though. This is my first time really hearing Tressa in English.
Our little shop. Just me, my pa. If I don't take over, we
Damn
will.
rookie numbers. I know, $50 to start. Just you wait, K-West. Things get expensive really fast.
The ocean is so vast.
Actually, one of the things I really like about this game is as you get higher in the game, things become way more expensive, way faster, to the point that, like, you don't have enough money unless you go grind for hours. And, like, but you don't need that stuff necessarily to get through the game, but it gives a fun, like, there's this item that you can get if you want to put in the time for it. You know, it's up to you. And I like not being so rich that I can get everything, like in a lot of other games as you get further on. But I digress and detract from Tressa. What do I really want in life? And then I wonder...
What lies beyond the horizon?
She just wants to go on a big adventure.
Drop anchor!
Oh, the 50-hour save. That is true, K-West. I'm only, I would say, about halfway through the game. Each of the characters has 4 chapters to their story, and I'm still finishing up chapter 2 for people. Like I said, I have fallen off of it, and I really am upset that I have. I really need to get back to it. But there's a lot of good games coming out, like, in the next couple months. It makes it really hard. I haven't seen that ship around here before. Wonder where it came from.
What a dreary town.
Sorry, I'm drinking Diet Coke and I'm burping like nobody's business.
But it carries a delectable scent. Its cuisine may be promising. What's the matter, lass? You look like a fish out of water.
Is this a trading ship?
Indeed, and I
So-
am its captain.
That's a good question, Yunseld, and I'm glad you brought it up. I will explain once the voice-acted cutscene is done.
Well, Captain, the name's Tressa. I'm a merchant in this town.
I hate that I keep talking over the story, that's all.
A pleasure to meet you.
I'm sure you have all kinds of neat cargo on board. Say, would you mind if I take a peek? I'd love to see what you've brought from overseas.
She's just so happy to just trade things.
You have a true merchant's eye, lass. You gaze at a simple trading ship as if it were made of solid gold. Alas, I only allow passage to those I trust.
Aww.
Uh-oh.
What was that? I'll go check it out.
I think that's fucking excuse me.
Busy
my
as a
language.
bream, that one.
I really try hard not to swear too much, but I'm pretty sure that's whoever voices Miles Tails Prowess from Sonic, like, currently. Maybe someone wants to double check that, but it sounded a little like Tails there. Now that we have a moment to talk, Jurnsfeld, do I want to stream any of the new releases? I definitely will try. As I've kind of said on my... I didn't even get anywhere with what I wanted to say. We'll get back to it. Please hold. Don't! I beg you! That's all I have left. Then we be in the same boat, matey. We got nothing left ourselves. Ain't that right, Mac? Mick and Mac, though. I love that. Aye, Mick. And when we be needing something, we be taking it. It's what pirates do, after all.
But
Please have mercy.
sir,
Captain, I got the goods from that there shop.
Nini?
There be only one captain around here, and it be me. Everyone knows I be the captain, and you're me first mate. I do like how Mac kind of looked at the camera there. We'll see about that, Mac, ye scurvy swine. Aye, we will make ye scabby bottom sea bass. Petition to bring back pirate insults. I want pirate insults. Fine, now show us what other treasure ye be hiding.
Hey!
Says who?
I won't allow it.
Says me. The people here are merchants and fishermen doing all they can to put food on the table. Okay, Wes, can you see what other roles Friday Wolf has done? Have a heart. Don't steal what little they have from them. I'm just curious. How's this for heart? I'll give you one chance to shove off, kid. But I... Best be on ye way, little one. We're doing grown-up business.